Welcome to the Success Journey Show. Let's travel together through the lives of individuals on the road to success.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? We are here with you with the Success Journey Show, man. We are so glad that, man, we are kicking this thing off, man.
Definitely.
My name is Ricky Venters, and this is
Marlon Madden.
Yes.
Yep, like I said, hey, it's finally here, the Success Journey Show, and we are definitely happy to bring all the content and information that we're going to be bringing to you guys, and at the same time, take you on our journey to our success.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's crazy. It's very ironic, man, that we're starting right here, because right now we're in my kitchen, and this is where we started actually just thinking about and just talking about what success really means, a lot of people, man, they're traveling on their lives and they're on their journeys and whatever it may be, and everyone has all these goals, what they're trying to hit. They want to become this, they want to become this, they want to become this, and you see a lot of people that are not content where they are. It's just like, man, you get something, and you obtain something, and you're like, oh, I gotta get something else, gotta do this, gotta do that, and just over the past few weeks, past few months, man, we just been chopping it up and like, success is not necessarily hitting that destination, but more so just going through the process of it.
Definitely.
And when you take it from that perspective, man, it's just like, man, you become more at peace.
Definitely,
on the journey.
of course. What this show is going to be really about is just like Ricky said, showing you the process between, because a lot of times you'll see a video on a YouTube, on a TV or whatever, infomercial, and somebody's showing you how they were at one spot in life.
Yeah.
And then they show you just the end. And everybody likes to see the end, but in the middle, nobody shows you the hard work and dedication, the failures you have to go through, the sacrifices you have to go through in order to get to the end. So what we're going to do is going to compile all of that, but we're definitely going to show you in the middle where it takes that person from the point where we started, just like we're doing right now, and then the success at the end.
Yeah, you're right, man. When you're saying that, it's funny because I'm sitting there thinking about, everyone goes on Instagram, right? And you're scrolling through, you look at all this fitness stuff, and you see all these guys, man, that, hitting the gym and, going hard at it. And you're like, oh, shoot, let me get on there playing. Right? Yep. So you get on there playing, you're on there playing for a couple weeks, and you're like, dang, how come I don't look like this dude, man? I'm not cut like him, I'm not getting as big as he is. And, you start getting kind of frustrated because the results that you want, you're not getting there on the timetable that you want to get there.
Correct.
So it's like, man, but you don't realize all the, like you said, the hard work that these guys have been working out for years. It wasn't a 6-month program that they followed. It wasn't a 3-month program they followed. It's like 2-3 years.
Correct.
They've been doing this consistently over time. And the thing was, it wasn't necessarily that they were going after results, but more so just enjoying the journey, the process of working out.
Correct. And that's what, if you're doing something and you want to be successful at it, why not love it?
Yeah.
Because when you love it, then going through all the different ups and downs, the turbulences that you'll face in that process, you'll also embrace that process. Then when you get to the end of the journey, it'll be even more sweeter. And remember, sometimes you get to that end of the journey and then you see it's just the beginning again.
It's just the beginning again.
So this process is very unique, very funny. And what we want to do is show that we're going to be talking to a lot of different people. It's not just going to be Ricky and I on this podcast every day, only talking about what it takes to be successful, what it takes to be successful. What we want to do is we want to show you people from all different walks of life. Some people, they might have a mother and father to guide them. Some people are going to have a father, or some people just had a mother, or some people were adopted. Whatever the situation is, how did they get to their success and what it took in their mind to be successful. So that's what we want to show everyone.
It's gonna be fun, man, because man, I'm a story person. I relate to stories in terms of like, that's my biggest form of like trying to influence people. I'll try to find a story that can really just grab their attention. And the reason why is because growing up, my parents, they used to play stories to us every single night, right? And as you're going to bed, like your imagination is just going with the stories. Like, you don't see the characters, you got to imagine what these characters look like.
Correct.
You got to imagine the situation that they're going to be in. It's just crazy what it does to your mind. So now in life, it's like when I see stories of people, it's like, I'm like, okay, wow, that's crazy how they went through this and they're going through this and going through this. I can imagine it and I'm placing myself there.
Yes.
So that's what we want to bring to you guys. Like Marlon said is, we bring people on the show and allow them to share their journey. And I guarantee you, and what we're being intentional about this because we want to show that no matter the background people have, no matter, what their particular goals are, no matter, what their current circumstance is, that the journey is going to be very similar in terms of how you have to apply yourself.
Yeah.
And if we can get to that root fundamental aspect of how we have to apply ourselves on the journey and just really take it all in, man, that's when we're going to start seeing ourselves go to different levels, man.
Definitely. And some of these people that we have coming that's going to be talking to you guys or we're going to be interviewing, they're going to show you how the failures actually made them better. Because a lot of people are scared to fail.
Yeah, big time.
But a lot of time there's you have to look at it half empty or half full. And if you look at the cup as half empty, you're gonna miss what's really coming to you.
But you said something crazy because why are people scared to fail? Like ask yourself that question. Why am I scared to fail? And I look at one of my 3 boys and they're sitting there working on a problem. And inside of him, he's like, man, I don't want to get this problem wrong.
Okay.
Because if I get this problem wrong, then I'm going to get a bad grade on the problem, right? So, and I know for us growing up, nowadays they kind of got redos and all that kind of stuff. But when I was growing up, there was no redos, They marked up that paper with all red ink and everything.
Yeah.
Like you got this wrong, that wrong, maybe get partial credit for something. But we don't want to be wrong. Because we tied our value, we tied our intelligence, we tied all that stuff to a grade, a letter grade that we would get, right?
Correct.
So now it's like if I fail at something, a goal in life, then it's like, okay, wow, I'm not going to be good at this. Correct. And why would I put myself in a situation where I'm not going to be good at it?
Correct.
I'm going to fail over and over. I'm going to get marked up and I'm never going to be. But that's the thing with life. And it's like, that's why so many people miss the mark. It's like in that failure is how you improve yourself. In that failure is how you get better. In that failure is how you grow more and more and more and more. Like go back to the workout scenario. The guys that are in the gym, ladies that are in the gym, the only way they're getting stronger is because they're failing every single time they're in there.
Yep.
Bringing their muscles to straining them to the point where the muscles are just tired, stripping, the muscles are failing, and then that's how muscles are rebuilt stronger, and that's how they grow. So if we take that same principle in our life, man, doesn't matter what we'll be able to do. Imagine what we'll be able to do.
Correct. Hey, this is right now. I have the hairs are standing up on my hands and everything. Just hearing Ricky talk about this because it's something that I experienced myself. I could tell you, Rick and I, we go way back. And his dad was somebody that I really saw, and I said, hey, and he taught me a couple of things that. When he went to work, he dressed a certain way and all these different things and how he groomed his sons and everything to be successful. But they had to grasp onto that and they had to go through all the different trials and tribulations to get to where you're at today, Ricky. And I'm proud of him. And I'm proud that we're about to put this show on the air and have you guys look at some of the different ways of being successful because everybody thinks that there's one way to be successful.
Yeah.
Because if you talk to somebody that's already successful, they're looking for another goal and other goals that they're going to try to attain in life. Correct. And that's why we're going to put out this show to help you to see through other different lenses, like Ricky was saying, these stories. And maybe it will encourage you that when you're going through your hard times and tribulations, that you will make sure that you don't stop and get to the end. And at the same time, let's take that workout scenario. A lot of times when you have guys in the gym, you think that, hey, if I go over, we can do the same workout. Your body gets used to that workout. Yeah. So now it's not even really going through that muscle tearing and everything that you've been talking about. Yeah. But when they start changing up their workout, they get different results. Yeah. So a lot of times you have to talk to other people to find out, hey, what did you do? How did this work out for you? Yeah. And that's definitely what we want to bring to you guys.
Absolutely. So let's share with them. Got a couple questions here that we're just going to chop through each other. And for this first episode of the Success Journey Show, share some of your thoughts, Marlon, on how you had to embrace just process in general.
Okay. So to let everybody know, I'm in the Marine Corps, right? And I didn't know anything about the military when I joined. I thought everybody was the Army. And I went to boot camp. And Ricky could tell you, I was a guy that's kind of like a hothead, right? I had a temper. So everybody's hearing me going to the military, they were like, don't know how that's going to work out, right? So I ended up going down to boot camp, Paris Island. And once I was there was a set process I had to go through. But in order for me to understand that how I'm going to graduate and become a Marine, because the title's earned, not given, I had to embrace the process. And the process was them breaking me down and building me back up.
Man.
So I had to embrace that. And once I understood, and I went as 24, and that's a lot difficult for a person at 24 than 18, and here's why. At 18, you're coming straight from high school.
Yeah.
You're used to this. But me being 24, I've already had my own apartment, had my own car, on my own. So now I have a man telling me or a woman telling me, well, in Marine Corps boot camp, you only men train men and females train females. Yeah. You have another man telling me, or a guy that's younger than me sometimes, that's telling me, hey, you need to go to bed at this time. This is when you're going to brush your teeth. This is when you're going to walk. This is when you're going to run. This is when you're going to do all that. But I had to embrace that. And once I learned that process and I understood the process was getting me to the end, I embraced it.
Yeah.
And that's how I look at everything once I graduate boot camp.
Yeah.
That's how my mind works now.
Yeah.
The process. Sometimes you might think, dang, man, this thing is really, this is tedious. This is that. But once you get to the ending result, is where I understand what's it doing. Yeah. Same question to you.
So embracing process for me, I think mine was more so getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Right. So I went through school, got an engineering degree, started working at an engineering firm, and I mean, I felt like I was like, we call it green, I'm green. I don't know anything, I didn't feel like that. I wasn't. I knew nothing. Even though I had my degree, and, it was very uncomfortable, just learning a whole bunch of stuff. I felt like I was learning a different language. I'm reading through stuff and I'm just like, yo, I don't understand any of this stuff that I'm reading. I don't understand anything of the stuff that I'm doing. But, time at a time, year over year, the stuff you start growing into it, right?
Correct.
So I started realizing, I was like, wow, you're going to get into a situation in life where you may be uncomfortable. You're not going to be uncomfortable forever.
Okay.
So I got comfortable with the fact of, okay, if I put myself in a situation where initially I'll be uncomfortable, that if I stay in that situation, my discomfort will be turned into comfort, right? So now, for myself, knowing that I want to grow, I said, okay, the only way I'm going to grow if I keep putting myself in uncomfortable situations.
Okay.
So I'm intentionally learning things that I don't know. I'm intentionally trying to embrace things that I don't, take on tasks that force me to really expand my capacity, right? And I think along this journey, I can apply that to so many different things, to work, to marriage, to raising kids, all those different things. You're like just not feeling as though you ever arrived.
Correct.
But always realizing that, okay, if I'm feeling comfortable, that means I need to shake some things up and I need to grow a little bit more. And not to say you got to be all over the place. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that I can't be comfortable just being comfortable in my life anymore, knowing that there's so much more that I can do in this world, so much more I can do with my family, my wife, my kids, there's so much more I can do in just society in general, that if I'm comfortable, I'm limiting my abilities, So that's, for a process for me, it was just really embracing the fact of, hey man, be willing to be uncomfortable.
All right. And that brings me right into that other question, Ricky, is how have you obtained goals in your life? Because I know now that you embrace the process, everybody has a process because everybody can see a process. But how did you obtain those goals now that you set them and you have the process and you put that together? How did you obtain the goals, and what are some of the goals that you set in your life? Yeah.
So when you asked that question, man, the first thing that came up, I'm gonna tell you guys, this is really off the cuff. But even though we put these questions together, I did not think about how I'm gonna respond to this, right? So this is like straight up, like what goal am I gonna talk about? And the one that, as you were saying it, that came into mind was my professional engineering license. So, being in the engineering field, professional engineering license is a license that most engineers try to obtain. Okay. Gives you the ability to pretty much, you're at the top of the industry.
Okay.
Very few engineers actually go after it, and some may not need it. But there was when I saw it, when I got into the industry, my peers, the people that were around me, they all had it. So therefore, I'm uncomfortable, yep. Right? Because I'm walking around and everybody's like, "Oh, I got my PE, I got my PE, I got this." You got yours, and I'm like, okay, well, I can't stay in this environment and stay uncomfortable. I gotta do something. So one goal I put in front of myself was I gotta obtain this professional engineering license, and it took me like 3 years to actually take the exam, and I failed.
Wow!
Along the process, a few times I failed the exam. There's 2 parts of it, but I remember on the journey. I remember at one part, every time I failed, I always went back and analyzed. Okay, why did I fail this time? I remember times, man, where I was studying and my form of studying was like, all right, let me go to sleep and play these videos while I'm sleeping. Maybe it'll slip into my subconscious.
Must have been reading some kind of book. Anything to not do it the right way.
Exactly, So I really buckled down. I was like, you know what, man, I gotta just carve out time. So what I did to accomplish the goal, right? When I realized, all right, these are all the mistakes, these are all the flaws that I had within me, and while I was trying to obtain this goal, why I kept failing, I never put a structured study schedule together.
Okay.
So I went and I said, all right, what would it take for me to pass the exam? How much time do I need, right? Mm-hmm. So I looked at the time frame. All right, boom, I know how much time I needed. Okay, let me get the material. So what I do, I asked the people that had passed the exam. That's the first thing. I asked the people that passed the exam, how did you pass the exam, right?
Yeah.
I said, oh, you want to get this book, study that book. And everyone has different methods of doing it. You got to find which one works best for you. And I found that one, right?
Okay.
So I found that one, boom, I put a study schedule together, boom, and it fit that faithfully, that study schedule, boom, faithfully. Made an agreement with my wife. I said, yo, I need this amount of hours a day to study. Can I do that? Could we have small kids? I don't want to take away too much time for the family. That also added more pressure on me too. I'm like, yo, I can't just be doing random stuff, So I was like, all right, we made an agreement. All right, from this time to this time I study, and I hit that faithfully every single day. Had an accountability crew of people that I was with and networked with, and I posted my studying that I did every single night. Boom, so keep me accountable, right? Boom, went to take the test, and I completely thought I failed the exam.
Yes.
I got halfway done with the exam. I went to my car for lunch, and I was like, yo, I should leave right now. I'm not passing this thing, right? So, long story short, man, went back in, took the second half of the exam. I was so out of it. I drove an hour and a half out of the way, going home. Got home a couple weeks later, got the exam results in the mail. And they were like, boom, congratulations, you're a professional engineer, man. That right there, I was like, wow, because I really was like, yo, it wasn't necessarily that I got the PE exam, the PE, but I mastered the process.
Yes.
And now, now when I want to go after something, I automatically go back to, okay, what was that process that I did in order to accomplish that big task, that big milestone? Boom. All right, how can I apply that to this? How do I maybe tweak it here and there? Boom. And now going after goals, man, is just like,
okay,
just name them and just do it. If you apply it. What about yourself, man?
Okay, so
attaining goals in life, man.
Attaining goals in life. I'll tell you, I've been in the Marine Corps 16 years, right? Mm-hmm. And the thing in the Marine Corps is that you have to set yourself aside. Because check it out, everybody trains to run fast. Everybody lift weights or do whatever it takes to become that physical specimen that everybody thinks that they should be when they're in the military, especially the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Everyone go after their job field. We call them the military occupational specialty. So mine is a diesel engine mechanic.
Yeah.
So my job field is the second largest job field in the Marine Corps.
Oh, wow.
So I'm thinking, how can I set myself aside from the other guys to make sure that I'm more promotable than they are? And I'll tell you, I have a friend, he retired now. His name is Gunny. At that time, Gunny Sergeant Embody. I always call him Gunny Sergeant Embody. But Gunny Sergeant Embody said to me, he said, hey, I was a sergeant at that time, right? E5, he was at E7. So he goes to me, hey, Madden, you're going to go do some college. And I was like, no, I'm not, right? So I was like, no, I'm not. He's like, well, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you, you're going to do some college. Yeah. Put me at what I call it the point of friction, just that uncomfortable space that you're talking about. So you put me at a point of friction where now I have to do college, right? And I'm like, man, I don't want to do no college. I'm doing the military. I didn't want to do no college, all this different stuff. And for another conversation is my thought on what the process of college and how I didn't feel that it was necessary, needed in my life at that point.
Yeah, I got you.
However, once I started and I can't forget it, was the ethics class. And I got an A. I was like this. Hold on. I got an A. And I was like, all right. Yeah. So then it took me 3 years to finish my bachelor's in business administration with a concentration in finance. Yeah. So during that time, I deployed. I went to Afghanistan. I was on recruiting duty. And those were some hard times that I wanted to give up. My wife would tell you, I wanted to give up. I was like, man, there's no way I'm going to be doing military stuff. At the same time, I'm sitting down writing papers, doing homework, reading and doing everything. But then I thought about my kids. And I was like, hey, if I'm going to tell my kids that they have to do something in life, and when it comes to that, what am I going to show that, hey, I accomplished what I'm telling you? Yeah. So I said, just like you, I had to embrace a process. Yeah. Hey, this time I have to sit down and read. This time I have to sit down and study. This time I have to sit down and write my papers. I'm going to have to read my papers, revamp what I have to say. And it was so excruciating when I was going through it, but when I got finished. But that's not the crazy part. I guess I like pain. And in the Marine Corps, we say pain retains, right? So I guess now I want to get my master's. I went and got my master's. And that time I was deployed for 9 months in the Middle East. Yeah. For 9 months, I was doing Marine Corps stuff in the Middle East and doing my master's. So I have a plaque, I wish I had it here, that said, no sleep Madden. That's what they called me. No sleep Madden. I did not sleep. Man. Some days I'd be still, they would leave the office or leave the area where we were, and then they'll come back in the morning and say, oh, you got in here early. I was like, I didn't leave. Wow. I've been writing a paper all night, reading, doing what I have to do. And that's when I started to see that when you go through a process and you learn and you embrace what you're going through and you get to the end. When I graduated this year, my master's, it was a great feeling. Yeah. It was a great feeling, just knowing. And when other people in the Marine Corps see that I did it, now when I have the chance to tell the younger Marines, hey, listen, college is very important. Go do it. But it's not just the college, like you said. It's not just the piece of paper that I got to walk across that. It was knowing that I went through something, accomplished it, and got to the end, and I was successful at it.
Yo, we're gonna have some fun on this podcast.
We're definitely gonna have
we're only giving like snippets of just growing pains.
Correct.
That we've gone through.
Correct.
And I know many of you have the similar stories, similar failures, similar successes, and we're just really excited to be on this journey with you. We had one last question here. What are you currently working on? So what are you currently working on? What's a goal you got?
So Ricky, you know me. Along with being in the Marine Corps, and I'm here 16 years. I have the option to retire at 20. Don't know if I'm going to retire at 20. I'm going to push it to 30. Don't know yet. Yeah. However, when I was a sergeant, again, 2006, I started a limited liability company, Madden Enterprise LLC. And the reason I started that was, and I'll break it down from when I first bought my first house, right? Coming from New York, you don't think about buying a house because it's so expensive and everything like that. Yeah. Right? However, when I got down south, I was in North Carolina, went to Iraq, came back. My friend bought a house. And I was like, you bought a what? And he said, I bought a house. I was like this. man, put me on to whoever
Yeah.
you did it with. Because I want to buy one too. I want to see if it's that. I bought my first house and I was like this. Oh, snap. Wow. It's that easy.
Yeah.
So I had in my mind, like every duty station I go to, which is every 3 to 4 years when we move, I will buy another house. And that's what I've been doing. While I started my limited liability company. I opened a clothing store in Georgia.
Yeah.
We were selling clothes. We had another concept like, hey, we want to get clothes and make it more affordable to people because we know the markup that these companies mark up. So we did that for a while. But leaving there, I couldn't trust anybody to run the store, so I closed it down.
Yeah.
Me and my friend Jersey, we call him Jersey. His name is Gilchrist.
Yeah.
And then I started to get into real estate. And I started to buy property, flip properties, buy a couple in Detroit, buy some in South Carolina, wherever I was. So a big goal that I have, aside from this podcast, because this is a big goal that I want to accomplish, is, and you guys will see, check out our website, right? We have, our website is thesuccessjourneyshow.com.
Yeah.
We want you guys to check that out because we're going to be sending you guys some information and showing you guys some people's goals that you're going to be so mind blown. But back to what I was saying is, my goal is once I retire, not to work for anyone. And the way I'm going to accomplish that is I want to get into commercial real estate and buy some properties that have what we call in the real estate world doors, meaning I'm going to have a certain amount of properties. I want to own like 1,000 different units.
Nice.
In the commercial world, meaning apartments, so that when I get out, if every house is giving me $500, I'll be all right, be able to kick back and enjoy myself, life, and also going through the process with my kids to make sure that they get to their ultimate goal too.
Yeah, awesome.
And a goal for me is just family.
Yeah.
Because the hustle and bustle of the United States of America, what happens is that when you're 65, 70, you're not going to be able to enjoy your family. So my goal, even though the ultimate goal is to enjoy my family, I'm using all these different processes, like I said, to get to that ultimate goal, which is enjoy my family. But the goal that I've set now is to own the doors so that I'll be financially stable and able to enjoy and be able to sustain my life when I retire, and I'll be able to enjoy my family. I'm enjoying them now, but when you're off and you're able to take a trip to wherever you want to go to.
Yeah,
that's the ultimate goal.
Nah, I hear you, man. If I look at a goal for me, I have a lot, but I say one goal that's, and it may seem weird to you guys, but one for me is accomplishing and finishing a trifecta for Spartan.
Okay. We talked about that. I want you to. We're gonna take.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, man.
I'm gonna go with you.
I've done 2 of the races. I've done a sprint. I've done a super. With some great people, man, that have pushed me along, encouraged me. One we're going to actually have on the show within the next couple of weeks, I think.
Yes.
So stay on the lookout for that. A good friend of mine. I mean, the thing is, people say, oh, man, you just want to do the races to accomplish the race and everything. But it's bitter for me because it's like anything that has to do with running, trail running, all that stuff, it's like I have a greater challenge with it. It's not the challenge of me being out of shape, which that contributes to it as well.
Correct.
But more so, I've always struggled with asthma from being young, like a severe asthmatic, almost died a few times. It's been crazy journey. And for me to be able to, I see it as me being able to be in shape to complete a race like that, like what that would do for my overall health. How would I feel when I'm just walking regular, when I'm just talking regular with people, I don't have to take more breaths than other people. Like a lot of people don't even realize, like an asthmatic, like people, I can tell you how many breaths I take per minute.
Wow.
Versus someone that doesn't have asthma.
Just take it for granted.
Yeah. It's like, it's just so different, right? So one of my goals, my most immediate goal is, okay, Rick, how do I get myself in shape to the point where I can accomplish the trifecta? Like I said, I've done 2 of them. I didn't do them all in the same year. I did a sprint in the first year. I did a super a couple months ago. And now next year, the goal is to do all 3. All 3. And we're going to take you along on a journey with us.
I'm going to commit that I'm going to do 3.
Oh, man, you're going to do 3. When that's how you're going to bring our whole crew, man. We're going to make it happen, man, because, when I pass those finish lines, man, it's just like, what is this doing for my overall body? What is this doing for my overall health, man? Just to be, feel closer to being not asthma free, but more free in my breathing. So that's for me right now. It's a simple one. I mean, a few other goals I have, but that one right there is the most pressing for me, man, because it kind of impacts every aspect of my life. So guys, listen, man. Like I said, we have some great content coming to you. We have our website that, like Marlon mentioned, the Success Journey Show. .com, the successjourneyshow.com.
Check it out.
We're also on Instagram, Success Journey Show as well, and on Facebook, the Success Journey Show. And stop in, leave your comments if you have some goals. We're coming to the first of the year.
Yes.
January. Everyone's setting goals around this time frame, getting ready to, to rock the new year, man. We want to go on that journey with you. Correct. And that's that. And I don't think we really express that. What we really want to do with this podcast, we're showing you people's lives. We're showing you that everyone goes through a process, but we don't want to leave you there. What we want to do is we want to go along your journey with you. We oftentimes relate it to that guy or that woman, man. Whenever you want to do something, that person's always there. But I got you. I'll go with you. Just like a teammate. And that's what we want to be for you, that teammate, correct, so that you're not left alone. Like, a journey is so much more bearable. I'm not going to say easier. I'm going to say it's more bearable when you're not by yourself.
Correct.
I remember the Spartan race. I did a super last year. This past couple in August. And my good friend, one of my good friends, my brother, man, Sean Thomas, which will be on the show, he's done plenty of them. Competed with them and all that stuff, ran marathons. So, he's going out there, and it's not necessarily he's going out for a challenge. He can challenge himself and get a better time. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, all right, man, well, I know he asked me to come with him. I came with him, going out there. And in my mind, I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this on my own. He's going to leave me in the dust. But he was like, nah, Rick, I got you. I'm staying with you. I'm going at your pace. We were running the first mile, and we were both running, and I was trying to keep up, and I was going, And he was like, hey, you want to slow down? Because, we stay at this pace, it can wear on you. So we're slowing down, and I'm going a little slower, and then I started walking. Guess what he does? He's walking with me.
Yeah.
Helping me through the obstacles. I started cramping up. This dude started stretching me out, So when I got to mile number 4,
about how much race?
8 miles. And I'm cramping up, and I don't know how I'm going to get through another 4 miles.
Jesus.
I'm cramping up. My asthma is going off. But you know how I was able to get through the race? Because I had my partner, Sean Thomas, man.
As a teammate. That's the only way I was able to get through the race. Made it more bearable,
it more bearable for me. It wasn't easy. He wasn't carrying me on his back at all.
Yes.
But it made it more bearable because I knew that as I was going along, I had someone that was rooting for me the whole time. Correct. And that's what we want to be.
Yeah.
For you.
And my analogy I like to use, or somebody I just want to. Everybody loves Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Everybody loves. Well, I would think everybody loves Michael Jordan, right? I love Michael Jordan. So Michael Jordan's this great basketball player, right?
Yeah.
But Michael Jordan was in the NBA for a while before he won his first ring.
Yep.
Michael Jordan needed a Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan needed somebody that was willing to be a teammate and take the second man in order to get him over the hump of beating those Pistons.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
So that's what we want to be for you. We want to be like the Scottie Pippen, right? We want to be the people that see your goals, show you some different ways to get in there. Because I'm sure Scottie Pippen said to Michael Jordan, "Hey, if you do this, I'll do this. I'll carry this burden. I'll defend a harder player and all this different kind of stuff." We want to do that for you, and at the same time, be your teammate beside you. Now we know that we're not going to be able to touch everybody in the world. So what we want to do is build a community.
Yeah.
A community of people that's willing to be teammates to help other people.
Correct.
And I think that's going to be the very valuable portion of this podcast and of this whole thing that we're building. We'll spell it out a little bit more for you guys.
Correct.
Because we don't want to take too much time on this podcast, and this is our first one. So what we want to do is bring you on a journey with us, show you how we're going to build that community by different programs. We're planning to even launch a social media app,
correct,
if you will. We're working on that. You know how that one takes time. But when we do, we're going to build that community that everyone's going to be able to have an accountability partner, and we're going to be called the Success Journey Gang. Or we'll have a name for it, and we're going to Journey Squad, and we'll show you guys the Journey Squad, and then we'll build a Journey Squad, and you're going to be able to help other people. And I'm going to tell you, when you help other people in life, there's a feeling of when they accomplish a goal too.
Correct. So it's Ricky and Marlon, and we're the Success Journey Show, just helping you to your destination. All right, that's our first episode. We'll check you guys next week.
All right, one love.
You've been listening to the Success Journey Show, where your dreams, drive, determination, and diligence are the foundation to success. For more information, check out thesuccessjourneyshow.com. The Journey Squad is here helping you to your destination.